Hi, guys. So, today I wanted to talk about the spiritual significance of the number one. And eventually, I'm hoping that we can build up to talking about what it's like to build meaning when numbers are put together. But I want to start with the number one, I guess just starting with the foundations. Now, I am by no means an expert, and really, me talking about this is also me trying to learn and understand just through my own means of extracting knowledge, specifically through the tarot, because that's what I really love. But if I had another means of divination, I'd probably try with that as well. But for now, we're trying with tarot. So numbers have always really fascinated me, and I've been making notes of lots of numbers that I've been seeing. And I'm wondering if maybe I'm just seeing all these numbers because I need to engage more with numbers, or there's something around numbers that you know. So I'm just going to try this out. Maybe this will become a series that I do, if there's actually any relevance here. If not, we've got to experiment till we find our path. So, the number one. What I was first thinking about is, first of all, I was thinking about the sign of Leo, because in numerology, the number one talks about, it kind of embodies the same energy of Leo, and it embodies the same energy of the sun. And when you think about what it's like to be 1 years old, you're really perceived by the world rather than having your own perception of the world. And of course, we have our own perception of the world as babies, but you don't get to hold on to those memories. So much of who you are and how you're understood in those very early years is through the eyes of others and what others tell you. It's also very similar to your rising sign energy in astrology. That kind of carries us forward. But the number one, when you step into that energy, you're stepping into the energy of being seen, of being witnessed and determined and understood through others. It's a number that really relies on the benefit, being given the benefit of the doubt. It's a number that relies on patience, on the understanding that there's possibility here, purpose here. It's a number that asks for a lot of forgiveness and is often made stronger when supported and carried on through the presence of other numbers, through the presence of other energies. Number one is made stronger when it builds on top of itself. And one is engaged in everything except for zero. So, one is also like the birth of light. One is like the beginning. One is the first manifestation. One is the creator, and very similar to light. And I wanted to say spiritual energy, but I don't know if I actually want to say that. One speaks to the things that have been made and the things that have been created. If you know the Bible, and you know how the Bible begins with this idea of God creating, and all that was created by God. That is kind of the energy of one. It is the created essence. It is the created being. It's creation energy. When you have one, you can now have everything. You can now have all. But if you don't have one, then you have nothing, which is a completely different world. So one also is the bind between the world of nothingness, the world of darkness, and the world of light. The world of nothing, the world of everything. The world of God, the world of the Creator, the world of Spirit, the world of the universe, and the world of whatever exists outside of that. In order for you to believe that something exists outside of that, you have to believe in a world without, without one. A world where you're not growing upward in the positive, but instead you're in the negative, or you're in the nothing of energy. What is a world without numbers, without valuing, without quantifying, one also asks you to ask that, because you can easily slip into that world should that one be taken away. So it is the power of everything also asking you to be very careful and contemplative of the power of having nothing. One is an energy that is both bestowed upon you, given to you, and also your human right, also your right. One is something to be possessed and to be grateful for. You are grateful for your life at 1 year old, but your life is your right by then. You're outside of the womb, you're already in existence. That first year, your life is yours. You have a right to it. Before then, others could argue that your life is not completely and entirely your own. Your life is connected to your mother. You're grateful to your mother for having given birth to you, so you have that gratitude still at the age of 1, and that connection and that obligation to that before, that world of before, that world of nothingness, but you're beginning to become independent and separate from that existence, having a right to your own existence. The same thing applies with the number 1. You have gratitude for now having received creation energy, creative energy, but you are also deserving of feeling entitled and independent to do with what you will with that energy, because it's more of a dream. It's more of one is more so a space to build upon. It's the thought bubble. It's the space for an idea to now collect words. One is the foundation. Or the bubble. One is also the curator. One is the organizer. Maybe not even the organizer. Well, one kind of plays the role of the organizer, but one really talks about the community. One is a call to action. One is the call to action. One is the person that brings up an issue by asking a question, or brings up the idea of community by loving their family, by expressing a desire for family, expressing a desire for connection. One can be very loyal and very attached. One can also be very isolated and independent as a survival mechanism, because once one is created, it is all alone until it is able to manifest. So one is also, in one sense, the mother, the womb. So one is also the first descendant and the eldest child, which is funny because it's the smallest number besides, I guess, 0 and then all the negatives, or all of the points. But yeah, one speaks of moderation. One speaks of decision making. And one helps us to hold the balance between what we will be and where we are. Because in your very existence as one, you are all that you will be, and all that you will be is limitless potential with one, because everything can come from it. So one really does embody the creator energy. So I was just looking at all of the 1 cards in the tarot and seeing if that was helpful. I think I just want to stop there, and I would really love to know what you guys think about that. That's just from my own, what I think of when I think about the number one, and also some knowledge that I just know. But just that I know from school and numerology and people, listening to people and life experience. Um, but yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about the number one. What are your ideas on the number one?